So I found this post on the Pokey Investing subreddit that I wanted to share with you all. Here, somebody has shared a story of how Pokemon investing has changed their life. Now you may be like, how is this even possible? How has Pokemon investing changed somebody's life? Well, we'll see what this person has to say. I'll give my thoughts about it, and after watching the video, you guys can leave down in the comments below what you think about this. Has Pokemon investing changed your life? Has it not? Has it maybe made it worse? Or maybe has it just something small you on the side for fun? So let's see what some of the things this person has. So they're just taking a screenshot of their collector app. They have about $50,000 in value. Some of the stuff they have is an Evolving Skies booster box, Prismatic Evolutions Elite Trainer Box case, a PSA 10 Charizard EX probably from 151, and a Final Fantasy collector display, which is Magic Gathering, and it's not Pokemon, so who cares? Okay, so let's just read this, and I'll give my thoughts about what this person says, and we'll read some of the comments, which I read some of the comments. It's kind of surprising how many people are so negative and talk about this thing, which I feel like at this point has been proven already to not really be that big of a deal. I grew up playing the Pokemon games in TCG with my brothers and have been in love with it since Pokemon Yellow loaded up on my Game Boy Color. A year ago, if you asked me what savings I had, I would have told you maybe a couple $100 at most. Spent most of my 20s in a really dark and desperate place emotionally and financially. I took some risks at the start of this year, and I'm net zero cost on everything. Here's to never giving up and investing time and energy into the things you love and are passionate about. You can do it. So what was kind of weird is that they said they had only a few $100 a year ago, and you see here they have $50,000 of value. Like, the math is not adding up, because there's no way a year ago this person had a couple $100 and turned that into $50,000. Like, I know this Pokemon investing space, like the gains we've seen in the past year have been ridiculous, but there's no way. So this person obviously isn't telling the whole story of how much money they actually spent into Pokemon, because they made it seem like, oh, they turned a couple $100, and they're all the way here now. A large portion probably had to come from some other places, like working or whatever, putting more money into the space, because there's no way they, only had a couple $100, and got to this point just by investing. They definitely put a lot more into here, which we don't know how much because they don't give those details. But regardless of the case, it seems like they're just in a better spot financially, which is great. Now, Pokemon investing, no matter really the scale you have done it at, if you started investing even just a year ago, right? Even if you invested only 1,000, maybe 10,000, 100,000, whatever scale you invested at, if you invested into pretty much anything a year ago, Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet, Sun and Moon, X and Y, literally anything, you would be doing extremely well. So for somebody out there that's maybe taken a risk, maybe started investing into Pokemon a year ago, and you've held until now, you've done extremely well. So I can see for somebody out there how it's changed their life. Maybe they risked it all. Maybe they, invested a very large portion and went all in, seeing opportunity, and it worked out. That's great, right? But there maybe are some people out there that, maybe it was a bad decision because maybe they decided to just open everything up. But if you held until now and you bought like a year or so ago, you've probably seen some pretty insane gains. So basically, anyone out there at this point that's been investing for at least a year, you're experiencing pretty good gains. So it's nice to see a story where somebody has, I guess, improved their life by investing in a Pokemon. I know this type of video is going to attract a lot of people that aren't into investing or don't care about value, and especially now more than ever, talking about value and showing a screenshot of $50,000, I guess isn't the most, the best thing to see, right? But this space, regardless of you could say the morals and stuff, at the end of the day, as harsh as it may sound, money is money, right? No matter really how you make it, obviously, unless it's illegal or something, it's just nice to see somebody, regardless of what they've done, like I said, unless it's illegal, that they've done well. And if it's through Pokemon, personally with me, I don't see anything wrong with it. But obviously, there's going to be people saying you're an evil scalper, evil investor, But I think it's great that this person has found something that they enjoy doing and they've done extremely well in financially, and hopefully that's the same for you all. But let's read some of the comments here. I'm actually kind of surprised because I read some of them. So many people say, oh, it's not, real gains until you sell it. It's like, I mean, this has been talked about forever. You really think it's that hard to sell stuff, especially now in this market? It changed my life too. I'm broke now. So I guess that's the other argument to be made, that if you invest in the Pokemon, maybe you open stuff up, and maybe you're broke. Possible. If you didn't sell, nothing changed yet. Yeah, so far he just spent loads of money. And then people say, no, you don't get it. It's like the stock market. Apart from the small little fact you can sell stocks in seconds. Here's the thing, guys. I've sold, in the 5 figures already. And over the years, it is not that hard to sell. Yes, is it true that you can't just sell it instantaneously? Yeah. But at this point, right, especially if a local card store near you, there's places you could just sell a large quantity to for 80%. So if you invested a year ago and you're up hundreds of percents, you can sell at 80% in thousands and thousands of dollars. And in this market, a lot of these stores are willing to buy that, and they can't even buy for distribution. So the whole argument people make, and there's a lot of people in this comment section that said that it's not realized, so you can't say you made any money. It's true, but guys, it is not that hard to sell stuff in this market, especially the good stuff. It is not hard to sell. Like, people overstate the issue. Oh, it's not liquid, you can't sell, who's gonna buy this? Like I told you guys, I've sold 5 figures pretty easily. And people just make it sound like this huge issue. It's really not that hard to sell stuff. Even in a downturn market, I've sold stuff in a downturn market. It's not the worst thing ever to sell. But some people like to make it seem like, oh, you're never going to be able to sell this. It's all just all numbers on a screen. Well, it's true. You have to sell it, but it's not that difficult. At the moment, it's just a number on an app. You sell it, it will change. Your life has not changed until you realize gains. Yeah, we all know this, obviously, but are we saying seriously that you're not going to be able to sell anything Scarlet and Violet right now, other than maybe Shrouded? I mean, Shrouded still probably sells. Everything 151, you can sell pretty easily. Sword and Shield, maybe, I don't know, if people buying Sword and Shield base, Rebel Clash, Darkness Ablaze, Vivid, in battle styles, but other than those, like Chilling Reign up, you can sell those pretty easily now in this market, especially. Just remember, never count your chips while you're sitting at the table. It's great you're having fun with it, though. It's not actually money till you sell. Now make it liquid. Changed my life on a speculative price in a bubble. You should show more of a breakdown. Why is the salty comments? You said it yourself, it's unrealized profit. Gotta sell some of this to change your life. I mean, they said they sold until they have a zero cost on everything. So you can see some people here are, stating what is true, that they haven't realized it. But like I said, let's be honest, guys. I mean, it's not that hard to sell this stuff. And I've sold in this market. I've sold before this market. Like, I've sold a year ago. It is not that hard to sell this stuff if you have especially very sought after products. Even in a downturn, it's not going to be that hard to sell. People make it sound like it's this impossible task. It's not. Is it true? You have to put more effort into selling. 100%, that's true. You can't click a button. It's a physical thing. You have to ship it. You have to meet up with somebody. It's true, but let's be honest here. If you can make hundreds of percents, are you not going to be willing to work a little bit when you're maybe beating a lot of other things out there in terms of gains? I'm fine doing a little bit of work to make hundreds of percents more gains and realize that. For me, it's not a problem. I'm fine doing the work and I enjoy it, to be honest. So just want to show you guys this post. Hopefully you guys out there, maybe you experience the same thing. Maybe it's changed your life. Maybe you just have fun doing it. Personally, with me, it's something to do. It's fun. I enjoy it. And I made a little bit of money along the way, So what do you guys think about this? You guys can let me know down in the comments. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.